Hello, this is Robin Thomas, and I'm so happy to welcome you to my backyard. The daffodils are blooming, and so are the hellebores, and it's just a lovely day out here. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about inflammation. I'm going to be doing a series of podcasts on inflammation, so it's important, first of all, to figure out, what is inflammation? What is the difference between acute inflammation and chronic inflammation, and why do we get it as we age in particular? Welcome to my podcast, Over 40 and Fabulous, the show that helps you live your best life no matter your age. I'm Robin Thomas, and I'm the founder of Living Well Connections, a healthy living community that supports, educates, and empowers us all to make healthy decisions toward a more balanced and fulfilling life. I have a background in medical research, and I love exploring the interplay of our physical, mental, and spiritual selves. This weekly show is your haven for real talk, science-backed solutions, and inspiration from women who get it. Now, I've said in the past, but I want to remind you that I did work in a lab that studied inflammation, also studied how chemical messengers called cytokines stimulated these symptoms of inflammation. And we were looking specifically at chronic inflammation in different autoimmune diseases. So that really sparked my interest in inflammation. And then also, since I am getting older too, I see around me, and I see even in myself, some signs of chronic inflammation a little bit. So let's delve into it a little deeper. Now, we can think of inflammation in very easy terms. We can just think of a fireplace on a cozy evening, a fireplace without a grate. And if you have a hearth rug in front, the little sparks will come out. Well, first of all, and for a long time, you may not notice anything about what's happening there. But as the years go by, or as the months and years go by, you might start seeing little burnt spots, little holes, little damage to that rug. That is just a way to think about how slowly, very slowly, chronic inflammation becomes part of our lives as we age. Now, when we get hurt, it's very important for our body to react and start the healing process. And part of that healing process is, as I said before, the cytokines. And these are just chemical messengers, little proteins that are triggered to increase, and they actually increase the inflammation, the pain, the redness. All you think about if you get an injury, these cytokines actually stimulate that, and that actually helps your body heal. But what happens in chronic inflammation, our body continues to pump out these chemical messengers, these cytokines that prolong the process. And this really causes long-term problems for us. After this brief message, I'm going to share some common signs and symptoms you might experience due to chronic inflammation after 40, so we can manage it in a healthy way. Hello, fantastic friends. This is Robin Thomas, and I'm interrupting this episode to share a wonderful guide I've written to help myself and others get started with any health transformation, called 5 Ways to Get Started with Healthy Habits Without Getting Overwhelmed. This free guide leads you through 5 small steps that will allow you to ease into healthy habits until they become a natural part of your life. It's wonderful if you're just not quite sure how to get started. As you feel better, you'll become comfortable with your healthy habits and begin an upward spiral momentum of wellness. As a bonus, you'll be invited to join my healthy living community on Facebook, Living Well Connections, where you will find more information and heart-centered support for living your best life. To get this helpful guide, go to robinthomas.biz/community-support, and I'll put it in the show notes too. Drop in your email and it'll arrive straight in your inbox. Now, let's get back to the podcast. In an ordinary situation, when you get hurt, it hurts. You get pain. Later on, you may get some swelling. You get some heat involved with it, and loss of function. Just think about if you twisted your ankle, and you'd be off of it, and the cytokines and the body's immune cells would be helping heal that. When there's chronic inflammation, however, you start feeling things like you're beginning to feel arthritis. Your joints are achy. And even with arthritis, they can it can be warm and turn red when it's really hurting. Another thing that can happen are gum disease, tender gums. Gums get swollen, they bleed. They're just not feeling right. Brain fog is another symptom. Walk around and we often say it's a senior moment. Well, it's not a senior moment. It may very well be inflammation. Eczema, skin issues. I started having some skin issues after not any for many, many years. I just started having them this year. And so I've got to work on that inflammation of my skin, maybe of the microbiome of the skin. Digestive issues, from Crohn's disease to just an upset stomach and not feeling right. And all these lead up to kind of a chronic fatigue. You just don't have the energy you used to have. Some people say these are signs of getting older. I believe they're signs of there's inflammation going on as you get older. All these symptoms can be contributed by various factors, lots of factors. Some are untreated or recurrent infections that we've come up with. There's a lot of tick-borne illnesses that the virus actually stays in the body and comes back to haunt us sometimes. That kind of thing can be happening. Or it could be a like a chronic disease, such as cardiovascular disease or diabetes. Or it can be a autoimmune disease, such as lupus or in many other autoimmune diseases. These things do creep up, and these can be causes of a lot of this chronic inflammatory symptoms. But the vast majority of chronic inflammation is caused by lifestyle choices. And that's where we can be empowered to help ourselves by adjusting our lifestyle to a little more healthy way and continuing that, and watch what we're eating. Food has a lot to do with it. Also exercise. You want to exercise. Sometimes if you exercise too hard, that causes more inflammation, but you still want to move your body. You definitely don't want to be smoking, and alcohol can be a problem. It's a little bit of a two-way street. Some people like red wine. There's ingredients in red wine that help, but on the whole, alcohol is a big problem. So there really is a big impact on chronic inflammation and how we age. There have been studies recently that show this significant impact on the process of aging. So some of these things you think are just happens. The doctor even sometimes tells you, oh, well, you're just getting older. We can do things about it. We can help. In my next podcast, I'm going to explore healthy ways we can manage inflammation even over our 40s so we can live a wonderful life that we love. Thank you so much for joining me at my Over 40 and Fabulous podcast. Please let me know if you have any questions about this episode. I will publish new episodes at noon Eastern on Saturdays, so you can listen and watch at your convenience. If this podcast has been helpful for you, please share it on your favorite social media platform or share directly with your fantastic friends. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next episode.